Let's please give it a round of applause for this amazing group of people. Keep it short. My name is Justin Riley. I'm the Senior Vice President at Hillman Grad, and I'm also the creator of the Mentorship Lab. And I am just so excited that for what we've been able to create in these past 3 years. When we started this program back in 2020 in the middle of COVID, and to see where it's at now, I couldn't even imagine where it's been. But I want to give a special kudos to this class, so specifically because their first experience, this is kind of round two, was disrupted by the strike. They were about 4 weeks into the program, and then the strike happened, and we were like, guys, we're going to press pause. And we stayed in comms, and eventually we decided to suspend for the entire season. But to their credit, not only did they say, we totally understand, we get it, they stayed connected with each other for an entire year, planned to offsite and Joshua Tree together, and we're still maintaining that community that just had started 4 weeks prior to the strike happening. And then when we asked them to all come back, they more than happily said, of course, we'd love to come back. And I'm so thrilled that they persevered, and now we get to experience the brilliance of this work. For those of you who are not familiar, the Hillman Grad Mentorship Lab is a 6-month professional development program for actors, writers, and aspiring creative executives. And it's really for early stage creatives, those who have the talent, but have just not necessarily gotten the opportunity. And so we're so thrilled, and what you're seeing today is the table reads. It's kind of a culmination of the past 6 months. You'll see our writers have wrote brilliant scripts. We have reads tonight, reads tomorrow, as well as reads Thursday. Some of our actors will be reading in today's table read, and then our executive mentees were paired with each writer to really simulate that experience of being a producer and working with a writer and helping bring a story to life. But before we go any further, there's 4 people who I must bring up and introduce. Michael, Behzad, Kyle, and Anderlin, can you please come forward? Behzad, here it comes. So it's so easy when you think of programs like these to just look at 1 people or 2 people. But the truth of the matter is, Behzad, where are you at? Is that you? Oh, hi. Here you go. This program, I honestly say this program does not exist without these 4 people. Michael Swoboda is the head of our writing track. Behzad Dabu is the head of our acting track. Kyle Fong is the head of our executive track. And Anderlin is our program coordinator who makes all the magic happen behind the scenes. And these 4 individuals, I promise you, and the mentees will tell you this themselves, it is not possible without the dedication. 6 months, every Saturday, on Zoom, meeting with these mentees for 3 hours, also conducting office hours, literally a heart of service for the 4 of you. So I cannot say thank you enough for your commitment to this program. Michael and Behzad, we've been in it together since the very beginning, going back to September 2020 to now 4 years later, 3 classes in. I thank you so much. So thank you for your service, your commitment to this program. And so with that, we have a super packed house. What I want to do right now is we're going to turn it over to one of our executive mentees, Christine, who's had the privilege of working the lead producer on this incredible script. Christine, the floor is yours.
Hi, everyone. Hi. My name is Christine Moraine. I'm a coordinator at Universal. I'm on the exec mentee track at Hillman Grad. As many of you know that I know or that know Omar, Hillman Grad is really, really special to us. Like, this program is so incredible, and I think the family that we have cultivated with one another across every track is something that I will be grateful for the rest of my career and for the rest of my entire life. Omar is going to chat with you guys a little bit about the project, so I'm going to chat with you guys a little bit about Omar. Omar is one of my favorite people, and throughout this process I have learned that Omar is one of my favorite writers. He is funny, he is so smart, guys, and he is so hardworking. He's one of the easiest writers I've ever worked with. He takes the notes that he believes in, he leaves the notes that he does not believe in, and he really, it's going to be really incredible for you guys to see a bit of his talent, because getting to experience it over the last 3 months has been an experience that I will be grateful for forever. Omar's going to walk you guys through the C word.
Them to do that.
Thank you guys so much for coming. It means the world to me that you guys are out supporting not just myself, but my fellow writers, my fellow actors. We're really excited to show you what we've been working on all year. A little bit about myself. My name is Omar. I also do stand-up comedy, and I bring that up because I used to do stand-up comedy on cruise ships. And so while working on cruise ships, I just saw this have you guys, who's been on a cruise ship? Round of applause. You've probably seen just the passenger areas, right? The crew staff are trying to get the party started and everyone's trying to get you to have a good time. And then on the other side of it, the flip side, there's the crew who, they live there, right? They live where they work. And it was just a very interesting world to me. The crew area is just on the other side of every wall that you see, and it's just blank, just plain, no painting, no decorations, nothing. And everyone's just it's a big old family, So I just thought it was a really cool workplace setting. And so yeah, so I decided to write this pilot about this world. I kind of, I guess my take is it's sort of Superstore. With the every different week, different cruise, or different week, different cruise, different show aspect of Party Down, but with a little tropical resort Acapulco feel to it. But yeah, I'm excited for you guys to hear it. I cast some amazing actors. Ryan O'Flanagan, Kate Poole, Ricky Wang, Jim O'Hare, Jay Pichardo, and then from the Hillman acting cohort, we have JANIS VALDEZ and SHAWN ROUNDTREE Jr. And reading stage direction, Mark Anthony Howard. Yeah, the program has just been amazing. Like Christine said, like Justin said, we're just a huge close family. We love each other, we support each other, and I'm just really excited that you guys are here to support us as well. So without further ado, please enjoy All Aboard the Seaward.
Port Miami, Cruise Terminal, Day. A lavish, elegant cruise ship up anchors. It's immaculate, shimmering more than the water, the Cadillac of cruise ships. As it sails away, a smaller, rinky-dink cruise ship docked at the port comes into view. Its hull is covered in barnacles and rust. Rats climb the tattered mooring ropes. A harnessed crew member cleans the graffiti that reads, the Seaward. Interior, Seaward atrium, day. Thousands of eager passengers check in for their week aboard. Destination Cruise Lines, DCL's most affordable ship. It's poorly decorated with faux crystals and recycled carpeting from a Red Roof Inn. If you ignore the cheap renovations and squint, you'd see a luxury ship working well past her prime. Interior, crew area, same time. Behind the walls in the crew area, there are no decorations or frills, just pipes and steel, all painted white. The chaos of aimless passengers is replaced by uniformed crew moving with purpose. A crew member happily walks down the passageway. This is the stage manager, Isabel, mid-20s, ambitious, problem solver, loves chisme, gossip. Chisme, gossip. Her phone chimes with a notification. Insert Isabel's phone, a text from Sophie. Running late, hooked up with the second officer, but tell Tim I have cramps. Annoyed, Isabel begins to type a response, but a horn causes her to drop her phone.
God, I hate that sound.
Interior crew area production office. Tim, the close to retirement, back in my day, theatrical operations manager. Or Tom, leads a meeting for Isabel and some party staffers, the cheerleader-like fun facilitators.
Okay, so we can no longer have shrimp eating contests to do the kitchen is solid and get rid of the food.
Sophie, early 20s, slacker, sleeps on the clock and with anyone who buys her a drink, barges in late.
Any particular reason you're late?
Didn't Isabel tell you? I got my period.
That's okay. I mean, Isabel, come on, work on your communication.
What, you want me to keep you updated on Sophie's cycle?
No, but, oh God, enough lady talk. Okay, look, I have some serious news. Due to the rise of negative comment cards over the years, DCL is considering decommissioning the Seaward. But they're giving us a fighting chance. They have hired the highest rated performer in DCL history to help turn things around. So, everyone, welcome our next cruise director and a familiar face, Daniel Park.
Daniel, a middle-aged theater kid with imposter syndrome, makes a theatrical entrance, knocking a messy pile of papers off a desk. The party staffers excitedly clap, eager to be his yes men. One of the papers catches Isabel's eye.
Thank you. Now, I know I don't have cruise directing experience, but
Isabel picks up the paper she's been staring at.
What's this?
Huh? Well, that looks like Sophia's pay stub. Didn't I tell you to tidy your desk?
I did. Didn't you see the pile?
She takes the papers. Isabel stares with shocked resentment.
doesn't matter. What matters is that I know how to entertain guests, so let's get to it. Tim, keep Tomming. Sophie, prep the theater. And Isabel, maybe...
I need to find this next comic.
Okay, right, of course. And me, I'll do what I do best. Razzle and dazzle.
Exterior, top deck, day. Daniel is on stage, flanked by the sound tech. Prince, mid-20s, easygoing, loves music, possibly tone deaf, and 2 party staffers. Not many passengers are in attendance.
Welcome aboard the Seaward. I'm your cruise director, Daniel. We've just set sail, so leave your worries behind and let the ocean wash away your stress as we kick off your cruise with a dance party.
Prince hits play. The thong song blares over the speakers.
Don't you have anything better?
Oh, no, I wish. DCL's iTunes credit ran out before I could download Mambo number 5.
Who's got dumps like a try?
No takers. He spots an old man, Grandpa Fitzgerald, wearing a bright Hawaiian shirt.
How about you, sir? I've got a 5% off any excursion coupon.
Oh, 5%? Hot damn!
Grandpa jumps up and he flosses hard, a little too hard, in fact.
Whoa! Let's not blow out a knee.
Oh. Daniel tries to usher Grandpa off stage, but he keeps dancing, which makes the crowd go crazy. Grandpa's worked up a sweat, and he's breathing hard, but the more he dances, the louder the crowd cheers. Daniel looks uneasy as he considers, then...
Okay, keep it going for Grandpa!
Interior, crew area, passageway. Isabel leads the comedian, young, green, looks like a lost child, through a maze of passageways.
This name badge lets you go between passenger and crew areas. It just says comedian, so DCL can reuse it. It saves money.
Isabel hands him a name badge, which he clumsily puts on. They pass some Filipino and South Asian crew, who leer at him.
Don't worry, they don't hate you. Just the idea of you. Not all crew are allowed in passenger areas. Your cabin is just through...
Code Alpha, Deck 16, Code Alpha.
The announcement startles the comedian, but before he can ask...
Medical emergency. Probably just a sprained ankle at the dance party.
Exterior, top deck, day. Grandpa's bright Hawaiian shirt peeks through a body bag. The EMTs struggle to zip it shut before improving with binder clips. Daniel consoles Grandpa's family, dad, mom, son, the Fitzgeralds, all in matching Hawaiian shirts.
I'm so sorry for your loss. If there's anything I can do...
We still get the coupon, right? It's what my dad would have wanted.
Interior, Seaward Theater, tech booth. Isabel and the comedian walk into the tech booth of a dark, empty 2,000-seat theater spanning 2 decks.
Here's what I'll hand you off to Sophie if she were here.
Prince walks in, absolutely stunned.
Oh, this is Prince. He runs sound at most of my shows.
Yo, the wildest thing just happened. That code alpha was for an old guy who died on the top deck.
They just freeze the body until we can get back to Miami. I mean, we can't cancel everyone's vacation for one death.
Yeah. You know, don't worry. They don't put the body in the food freezer. They put it in the drinks freezer.
Well, since Sophie's nowhere to be found, just make sure to wear a blazer and be backstage 15 minutes before showtime questions. Great, thanks.
Did he piss you off or something? I mean, you're normally a little nicer.
I just found out that Sophie makes more than me, even though we basically have the same job.
Are they the same, though? I mean, her shows have bigger casts and audiences.
Okay, but does she even do any work? I mean, I'm always picking up her slack.
Yeah, you should stop doing that.
It's just like so unfair. I mean, she doesn't even need the extra money. Meanwhile, I work my ass off to send money to my abuela for her hospital bills.
I'm sorry. Do the doctors know if your grandma will ever twerk again? If you want more money, copy Daniel and become a cruise director.
And MC every show, I would rather die than speak in front of a crowd.
Really? I mean, you seem like you'd be good at it. You have a great voice, and you know you're nice to look at.
You think that I'm nice to look at?
Before he can answer, an alarm goes off, killing the vibe. A yawning Sophie pokes her head out from under the soundboard.
Is a comic here yet?
Interior, crew area production office. Sophie follows Prince and an annoyed Isabel into the office.
I just don't see how it's an accidental nap if you set an alarm. Okay, so I napped. Sorry I didn't grind at work. I'm not a stripper.
Before Isabel can respond, Tim enters, flustered.
Jesus. You heard about the guy who died? Okay. No, look, we are going to have to bust our asses. Bust our asses. He was good looking, too. We're going to really have to bust our asses for positive comment cards this week.
The door suddenly flies open as Daniel enters in shambles.
How could this happen to me? And on my first week as cruise director?
Well, in your defense, that tiny crowd should not have cheered encore, no matter how many times you asked them to.
Well, his son asked about a refund, and I offered him free room service. Is that good? That's good, right?
Okay, you know what, we can't worry about that. Now, there are 3,000 living guests still expecting to be entertained.
But will the other guests like me after finding out what happened?
Well, sure. Look, me and the Seaward have seen 50-some deaths over the years. Nothing. Nobody bats an eye as long as they've got something to do.
This ship's killed that many people?
Oh, hell, I've been on this ship since her maiden voyage at the premier luxury cruise ship. Hey, the Copacabana of the seas, they called her. Oh, we have the best entertainment. We had Stan Stanky Jenkins and Buff Whipple.
They sound like funny comics.
They were crooners, I'm telling you. They could croon the panties off a nun.
Okay, so we just have to make sure that nobody gets bored, right? I think we can manage that.
Exterior, top deck, evening. The comedian finds a snoring man in a placid hot tub. Jets off. As he gets in, the man snorts, repositions, and lets out a string of farts. The comedian quickly jumps out, bumping into a Filipino deckhand who scowls accusingly at him after catching a whiff. Interior, crew area, production office, morning. Isabel is first in the office. She smooths out her outfit, straightens her name tag, grabs her clipboard, and sets off. Interior, Davy Jones' locker room, morning. A cross between a traditional British pub and a sports bar, Isabel enters to find George, Paul, John, and Ringo rehearsing.
George has my favorite band.
Not great. John's hungover, Paul's sunburnt from Cozumel, and Ringo, get this, lost our wigs in Miami.
I'm sorry. I already asked the Malaysian cabin stewards to grow their hair out so we can make new ones.
Oh, wait, I got it. The theater props department just got a ton of bobs for their new musical, so you can just wear them backwards as mop tops.
The new musical got bobs? Is it for Hairspray? I love that show.
DCL cannot afford those rights. They're actually doing a knockoff version called Moose.
You know what, that is classic DCL. Same reason we're not the Beatles. Cheaper to license.
John points to a poster of all four in costume advertising their show, Monkey Business, the Monkeys Tribute Band. Isabel chuckles just as her phone rings.
Hello? Did you call Sophie? Okay, I will come open the theater.
Seaward Atrium. Daniel hosts a game of trivia as a party staffer controls the projector via laptop. A crowd of enthusiastic passengers participates, among them the less enthused Fitzgeralds.
This next round is nautical themed. Davy Jones's locker is where one goes when they blank at sea.
Come on, man, in front of my kid?
Brendan Mom Fitzgerald ushers their son away. Dad stares daggers at Daniel as the room goes awkwardly silent. Interior, theater, tech booth. The musical cast, mid-20s European, as attractive as they are pompous, warms up on stage as Isabel rants to Prince.
Like, why are they paying her more if she's not doing her job?
Probably because she uses this.
Prince admires the soundboard, playing with the settings. Sophie loudly interrupts, walking in with a frozen yogurt.
Sorry, it's that damn time change.
We literally stay on Eastern time the whole route. Okay, everyone, she's here.
Don't use the intercom.
Because I'm not lazy.
You don't know how, do you?
Yes, of course. You know what? Do your job.
Okay, take it from the top.
Sophie sits on her phone as the cast starts rehearsing. Interior, Seaward Atrium, day, a little later. The crowd has greatly thinned as Daniel painfully wraps up.
Who knew there was so much death-related trivia? I sure didn't. Anywho, I hope you reserved tickets to the magic show to see Vlad the Mysterious, because there aren't any seats left. Or are there?
He pulls a tiny toy chair from his sleeve. Ta-da! Crickets. As Daniel walks off to an awkward silence, he is startled by Dad Fitzgerald getting right in his face.
Hey! Did you know that room service was suspended for our whole deck? The whole deck. Was that just your way of getting rid of us?
What? Really? I wasn't informed.
So what, am I supposed to just keep paying you to keep my dad on ice? Huh? Without any financial compensation?
Yeah, no, I mean, I could, do you like magic?
Interior, Seaward. Theater tech booth. Prince mans the soundboard. The audio's distractingly bad.
Why the hell does it sound like crap?
What you talking about?
Okay, dial back the low frequency to cut out that rumble. Now, adjust the gain to kill the background noise.
Prince scoffs, but implements her changes. It instantly works.
How did you not know that? Your job is literally sound.
It wasn't that bad. Plus, nobody's ever complained before.
Well, yeah, nobody complains if it's okay. But they also won't leave any positive comment cards either.
Really? I mean, you think the audio could be keeping Isabel's PCCs low?
Look, all I'm saying is nobody looks for 3 stars on Yelp. Unless it's Chinese food, because that is how you know it's authentic.
Interior crew area, production office, evening. An exhausted Isabel enters to find Daniel typing on a laptop.
Who put swimming with the fishes as a trivia answer?
Taking the measurements there.
I had to give them the captain's seat at the magic show. You know how much the captain loves magic.
I know bargaining is a stage of grief, but maybe instead of freebies, you just do something to honor his grandfather. I mean, I think they just kind of want to feel like his life mattered.
Daniel considers this for a bit.
I got it. We can name our shrimp eating contest after him. Okay, no shrimp eating contest. What about a dedication show? Dude, show them DCL cares, or whatever.
That's actually a really nice idea.
Great! Thank you for volunteering to take the lead. You'll need to designate the show and adjust the schedule so it's on the last night.
Oh, yeah. Happy to help. Wait, can I change the schedule however I want?
Go right ahead if it keeps that Fitzgerald cheapskate off my ass.
Interior crew bar, night. 6 decks below sea level, away from any sunlight, Seaward crew members blow off steam with $1 bills. The Monkeys bandmates drink as Prince and John drunkenly argue.
Okay, come on, you are insane. The Baja Men are not better than the Beatles.
No. Who let the dogs out? With Stump, all you need is love. Head to head.
Come on.
You guys start drinking without me?
The gang excitedly welcomes Sophie with their beer as she joins.
Sophie!
God weekdays.
They all cheer before Prince pulls Sophie aside.
Hey, do you think you can show me, how to use the soundboard to fix different audio issues?
You want me to teach you how to do your job? Sounds like work to me.
How about I pay you then? I can cover your drinks.
Sophie chugs her beer, then slams the empty bottle down.
Deal.
Interior, crew area, production office, morning. In the staff meeting, Tim addresses a tired Isabel, Sophie, Tim, and a couple of party staff.
Okay, listen up. Moose is moving from midweek to the last night as the dedication show for the old man that died.
That means that Thursday rehearsal, I'll lose my streak of getting blackout drunk at Senior Frogs at Cozumel. I'm 1 week away from getting my photo on the wall.
Well, one, a photo on the wall means you're banned. And two, dumbass, two, Isabel made the changes, so take it up with her.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Were you not planning on working this week?
Sophie stares Isabel down when her phone rings.
What? Wait, really? Oh, okay. It's the magic show.
Begin flashback, theater, night. Vlad, magician, looks like a flamboyant Rasputin at EDC, has just pulled a never-ending handkerchief from his mouth that's immediately followed by vomit. In flashback. Production office, same.
Vlad was quarantined with gastro. They think it's neurovirus.
Coronavirus, it ain't real.
She said neurovirus.
Interior production office, a little later. Tim fans himself sipping water. Everyone else looks uneasy.
Is there enough toilet paper? Are we going to have to cancel shows?
Porthole Monthly's going to have a field day with this. First-time cruise directors flush his career down the toilet.
Isabel's phone chimes with a text notification. She reads it. Isabel's phone, Mama, are you able to send more money soon? Your abuela needs more tests done. Isabel knows she can't afford the Seaward to be decommissioned.
Okay, let's just stay calm. It's not an official diagnosis, right? So we just go about business as usual.
She's right. Could have been bad caviar. Let's stick with the plan.
Okay, yeah. Well, you heard the boss. Sophie, Isabel, let your talent know. Party staff, update the schedules.
I vote for canceling the show.
Tim stares down Sophie. She reluctantly exits along with the party staffers. Isabel stays behind, appalled.
Okay, I have to ask, why does Sophie get paid more than me? I mean, we basically have the same job and she barely works.
Yes, but she asked for a raise, and she showed me how many more PCCs her show gets than yours. I mean, it was a convincing argument.
So that's all it takes is just get more positive comment cards and then ask?
Tell you what, let's see where your numbers end up this week, and then we can discuss later. Sound good?
Yes, that sounds great, yes.
Isabel exits with a new sense of hope. Interior, Seaward Cafe. In the buffet line, the comedian anxiously waits, staring at a pizza timer. The Fitzgeralds cut in front of him. Dad holds a wad of Ziploc bags as he starts filling it with food.
Can't we just eat around the port?
Eat around the port. Do you hear yourself? My dad would turn in his grave if we paid port prices. Son, pizza.
The son snatches up the freshly baked pie.
Now let's make like Cortez and conquer Mexico.
The comedian stares in disbelief. A South Asian cafe worker glares accusingly before resetting the pizza timer. Interior crew mess, day. Isabel takes a seat with her lunch as George, Paul, John, and Ringo, and a miserable-looking Ringo, walk past her.
Hey, did you guys eat yet?
We did, but not Ringo. Yeah. Drank a little too much last night.
George smacks Ringo's back, causing him to almost throw up.
Well, luckily we got your show moved to tomorrow night, so Ringo has time to recover. We need you in tip-top shape for those PCCs.
Yeah, we'll make sure he's good to go.
The bandmates leave just as Sophie joins the table.
Oh, and tell him he's a lightweight.
Now that it's just them, there's an awkward tension.
So, ruin anybody else's week? You know what? I almost feel bad for you until I found out you threw my shows under the bus to get yourself a raise.
I mean, I told them the truth. My shows get more PCCs than yours.
Well, of course you get more from theater shows. It's a numbers game.
Well, yeah, but my shows also have better reviews, so there is that.
You know what? Whatever. And anyone in your role can get as many PCCs as you can, especially with how bad you are at your job.
An agitated Isabel storms off. Interior passenger passageway evening. Daniel heads to Davy Jones's locker room when he's suddenly accosted by a lobster-red, sunburnt Fitzgerald family.
Oh, sweet Jesus, you're right.
Yeah, I know. We got sick tans. Look, buddy. You owe us a discount or something, Pipsqueak.
Okay,
We were front row when your magician made his lunch reappear.
God, I'm so sorry. But now's not a good time. I have to go and
No. Don't do your little... No. You're not weaseling out of this one, buddy. We need something. Now.
Okay. How about free drinks at the Monkey Business Show?
We'll take it.
I'm sunburned, your dad's dead, and you made us walk 5 miles to find a locals beach. I need a mojito.
Come with me.
Interior, Davy Jones' locker room, continuous. The mostly filled seats face a stage set up with instruments. Isabel stands by the stage on the phone as the Fitzgeralds sit cross-armed, front and center. Daniel goes on stage, grabs the mic, and turns on the razzle-dazzle.
Good evening, Seaward cruisers. Who's ready for a night of month?
Isabel rushes on stage to whisper in Daniel's ear.
The band was just quarantined.
Daniel's shoulders snap. His razzle-dazzle turns off.
Unfortunately, we have to cancel tonight's show.
Dad Fitzgerald leads the crowd in a chorus of boos.
But we have a fine selection of movies in our library, including 12 copies of Titanic on VHS.
Interior, crew area, production office morning. A medical staffer stands before Tim, Sophie, Isabel, some party staff, and Daniel, who looks defeated, almost sickly.
We confirmed a norovirus outbreak among crew and have suspended many of the guest amenities like room service. We'll be testing anyone experiencing symptoms. Anyone.
Daniel notices the medical staff are looking at him suspiciously, which prompts him to usher them out.
Oh, thank you for the update.
Okay, Sophie, Isabel, what's the status on your entertainers?
Not good. My talent's all sick except for the comedian.
Musical cast is fine.
Daniel looks at a printed schedule. Beads of sweat dot his forehead. Isabel takes a deep breath to compose herself.
Okay, well, the captain didn't suspend entertainment, right? So we can just still have 2 nights of comedy shows and then keep Moose on Saturday.
Yeah, well, as long as they don't get sick.
What if we quarantine all of them until the last night?
The party staff, ever the yes men, all aggressively nod in agreement. Daniel feeds off their loyalty.
If we cancel the comedy shows, then I can't get my PCCs for the week.
I'm sorry, but he has to be the backup for the dedication show. We can't take any chances.
Daniel's assertiveness leaves Isabel at a loss for words. Interior, Seaward, aft stairwell, evening. The comedian starts up the stairs, placing his hand on the rail. It's plastered with a gloppy brown gunk that he traces back to a child whose hands are covered in it. The kid laughs and runs off. The comedian hesitantly sniffs his hand before nervously tasting it. It's ice cream. Phew. A Malaysian cabber steward looks at him angrily as he starts cleaning the mess. Interior, crew area, production office morning. Daniel, Sophie, Isabel, and Tim are mid-meeting.
We just rehearsed yesterday.
They need to do another run-through so they can be on their A game.
Sophie silently fumes as Isabel has a light bulb moment.
What if I take over
For the rehearsal?
for the whole show?
No. You're both working on it. We need all hands on deck. It's our last chance to get PCCs this week.
Isabel stares at Sophie. You better not mess this up. Interior, Seaward Theater. Sophie coordinates the placement of props as the musical cast rehearses on stage. The comedian watches from the side. Interior theater tech booth, same. Isabel stares blankly at the soundboard. Daniel enters sweaty and discreetly carrying a pill bottle and Pepto.
They're not sick, are they?
No, they don't really talk to other crew members. They're kind of like the plastics from Mean Girls, their own little like hot bubble.
Well, thank God for European elitism. How do they sound?
Amazing. We're lucky none of them made it on Broadway.
Good, because people are bored and they're making sure to let me know. What I wouldn't give just to be a performer now.
His sweat and audible stomach gurgles worry Isabel. She turns and finds the entire musical cast, led by Enzo, the sassy Italian, head plastic, at the door.
So you think we are mean girls who aren't good enough for Broadway?
Isabel's taken aback, confused. Enzo nods to the soundboard. She realizes she activated the intercom with her butt.
No. No. I was joke.
One cast member fake coughs. Another checks her temperature.
Oh no. Do I have a fever? I think we are getting sick.
Interior, Seaward, theater, moments later. Isabel, Daniel, and Sophie look defeated. A throat clear prompts them to turn around. The comedian smiles, ready to step up.
How have the shows been?
Well, he hasn't had any. They all got moved or canceled with the schedule changes.
What about his audition tape?
I didn't watch it.
What? So we're flying blind here?
Well, I started to, but the tapes all look the same. Like the low-res videos with the pizza parlor and like 6 people.
I'm making an executive decision. I'll perform the dedication show.
You?
You know we could just cancel.
We're not canceling. He's got this. You were born to perform.
Yeah, I'll have you know, I just wrapped a one-man adaptation of Funny Girl off Broadway in LA. NPR called it Something to Do.
Another loud gurgle erupts from Daniel's stomach. He pops more pharmaceuticals and chases them with Pepto.
He's got this.
Seaward theater, in evening. Passengers file into the theater and take their seats. Theater backstage, continuous. Isabel stands by a sweaty Daniel, dressed as Funny Girl, Fanny Bryce. He's trying to keep burps from becoming anything more.
The family's seated in front.
Daniel nervously peeks out from behind the curtain to a theater completely packed with frowns. As he scans, Daniel lets out a scream. In the reserved seats of the front row sits the Fitzgeralds, beet red with skin peeling off, each looking like Hannibal Lecter wearing another man's face. Theater backstage, continuous. Sophie carries a walkie-talkie. Isabel's a ball of nerves.
1 minute.
Not too late to throw in the towel.
Will you just stop, please? You're gonna ruin this for me, and I've put in too much work to let this fail.
Whose fault is that? You volunteered for this, you psycho.
I had to because you're not doing your job. I know. I literally tell everyone.
Hey. Let's just get through this night and then...
All right, we're starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, and...
Daniel turns on his 1,000-watt smile and walks on to the stage. Daniel enters stage right as the crowd sits cross-armed and sunburned, waiting to be entertained. As he walks, his stomach gurgles are starting to turn into farts. His gait changes as he clenches his cheeks. Rather than plant at his mark, Daniel speeds up and walks off stage left to backstage. Daniel's fart sprints past an arguing Isabel and Sophie.
You drink like a sailor. I am a sailor.
Somebody get out there!
Sophie and Isabel pause their fight. They both turn to look at each other and struggle to push each other on stage.
You're going out there. No, you're the stage manager.
This was
You go out
your
there.
idea.
No, I can't do public speaking.
You're gonna have to earn those PCCs somehow.
Theater, stage. Isabel is paralyzed with fear as she looks out onto the crowd. Thousands of eyes stare, anxiously awaiting her words. She shuffles to the microphone and tries to speak into it.
Hello. Oh, thank you for coming. So sorry to you guys. Your dad died on the ship. Not because of the ship. He just died on it, and we're keeping him safe in the freezer. Not the food freezer. We're keeping him in the drinks freezer. In the drinks freezer.
Isabel looks around, spotting the comedian who's appeared off stage, gesturing to bring him up.
Grandpa was a wonderful man, I hope. And the dedication of the show is to him, so give a hand.
She doesn't know the comedian's name.
Comedian.
The comedian walks on stage as Isabel rushes past him. Backstage. Once backstage, Isabel takes a seat to catch her breath and keep from passing out. After she regains her senses and settles down, she hears a chuckle. She looks out to the theater. The comedian is talking to the microphone, sounding like a typical, abrasive, New York-style comic.
Jesus! That was rough, right? Hey, when I die, don't let her read my eulogy.
The crowd loosens more and more.
I actually almost died the first night I was here. Yeah, I was in a hot tub when Shamu here fired up his own jets, if you know what I mean, you know? I almost passed out from toxic fumes.
He points out the man from the first night who sinks into his chair as the crowd chuckles as hit his expense.
I tell you, if it ain't the gas that's gonna kill you, it's the feral children. Watch out, they're running around. I saw one the other day eating ice cream out of his hands, and he was touching everything in sight. I couldn't tell if I was gonna get COVID or diabetes. Oh!
The audience cracks more and more until they're downright laughing. Backstage, Isabel looks a bit relieved. They might just pull this off.
And here they are, the guests of honor, the dead guy's family.
Isabel's eyes go wide. She rushes to peek past the curtains. Dad Fitzgerald is smiling up to this point while his wife looks like a deer caught in headlights.
Come on. Hey, say, was that old man paid for your cruise? Because I swear I've never seen a bigger cheapskate in my life. Dad here had his kid raid the buffet like they're Mormons prepping for doomsday. Hey, maybe they know something we don't, huh? Hey, was Grandpa raptured off the ship?
Dad's smile is wiped off his face. Mom sinks into her chair embarrassed. The comedian is losing the goodwill he's built.
Come on. Jeez, come on, lighten up. They're just jokes. They know he's dead. Boy, now I know why they call it the Seaward. Because the passengers are all a bunch of...
Pearl clutches, gasps. Theater, backstage. Isabel flails her arms but fails to get his attention. Does he not know it's supposed to be a family-friendly show?
All right. Hey, speaking of... The other day, I was... this girl, last week, and...
Isabel looks for Sophie, but she's nowhere to be found. She runs out of the theater to the theater hallways. Isabel rushes through the labyrinth of hallways. She rushes a stairwell and flies up the steps to the theater entrance. Theater stage, the tech booth. At the back of the theater, Isabel finds the tech booth empty. No sign of Prince or Sophie.
Okay, it's something you gotta know about me. I got a saggy sack.
A stream of offended parents leave covering their kids' ears. The comedian humps the stool as some drunk guest. They laugh.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so there I am, and she slaps my nuts like it's the World Tetherball Championship.
No! Isabel messes with every switch and knob on the sound and light boards. The light flickers like it's at an EDM concert.
And then she throws him over her shoulder like a continental soldier.
Struggling to work the intercom, Isabel resorts to sitting on the soundboard. She taps the intercom mic. It's live.
That's our show. Thank you for coming. Oh, R.I.P. the old man.
The comedian finishes his act out to a small applause break from the 10 or so drunk guys who were still listening.
Nailed it!
Seaward. Gangway, morning. As passengers disembark, the Fitzgeralds are handed Grandpa's cold, dead body by a security officer. The no-nonsense, resting bitch-face security officer. Daniel hides behind her.
Is that it? Aren't you gonna give us any guidance on what we should do now?
Coordinating with the morgue costs extra.
No, it's fine. No, I tried making you proud, Dad. But I guess I just can't find the deals like you could.
You broke my daddy.
Okay, no, it's okay, guys. No, we can pay. We can pay. Just glad Dad's not here to witness it.
The scene tugs at Daniel's heartstrings.
Wait,
Daniel offers up an envelope that the dad quickly snatches.
take this. It's the best.
We got your ass!
He high-fives mom and son, then slings the body bag over his shoulders.
Where's the nearest bus stop?
Interior, crew area. Production office, morning. Tim reads off the comment cards to Isabel and some party staff as Daniel takes swigs of Pepto.
Okay, worst cruise ever. You tarnished that man's memory with that awful comic and his skit. What happened to the shrimp eating contest, and so on and so on.
Well, the good news is DCL won't make their final assessment until the end of my contract.
Well, that's good. Then we still have time to turn things around.
Well, dead passenger and norovirus. Wow, what a double whammy. But you know what? I'm sure it'll be smooth sailing from here on out.
God, I hope so.
Sophie and Prince walk in, holding Froyo cups.
Sorry we're late. Damn time change.
Hey, by the way, did the cheapskate try and shake you down for anything else after the show?
Oh yeah, sorry Prince, I gave him your iTunes gift card.
Oh, come on! I was planning on downloading that Afro Man track.
Isabel's phone dings. Isabel's phone, a text from Mama. Do you get paid this week? Isabel puts her phone away, looking stressed.
Well, we failed at every show we were able to put on this week. But there were a few cards praising the Trainwreck comedy show.
Okay, so we got some PCCs. Is that enough for me to get a raise?
Sorry, Isabel, not this time.
But it's not my fault the shows were canceled. I mean, I busted my ass to put on the dedication show.
Well, this just wasn't a good week. You know, maybe we can revisit this again later.
This is bull.
Isabel is overwhelmed with emotions and storms out. Interior, passenger area, arcade, morning. Sophie finds Isabel playing on the Tetris machine.
Are you okay? You've been acting strange all week.
Last night was a total mess, and I can't even blame it on you. I mean, I thought I could do your job, but I didn't even know how to work the equipment.
Lucky for you, you don't have to do my job.
I know, but after my shows got canceled, I thought I could run the dedication show and get enough PCCs to get a raise, too.
If you need money, you can just ask. I don't need it.
Then why did you ask for a raise? And why are you even here if you don't need the money?
Just because I don't need the money doesn't mean I don't need the job. My parents have a toxic marriage. They care more about work than they do about each other, and when they brought me onto the family business, it made me miserable. I could tell I was slowly turning into him, stressed, resentful, sad. So I quit and joined Seaward.
Isabel considers maybe she had Sophie pegged all wrong.
Businesswoman. Well, you know, if you keep asking for raises, they might give you more work.
I literally jump into the ocean. The good news is, I taught Prince all I know about audio, so your shows should be all better now.
Is that what you guys have been doing? I thought you guys were like hooking up.
God, I wish. I'd love to see Prince's crown jewel. But no, he wanted to help you get more PCCs, so he asked me how to fix those audio issues that made your show sound like crap.
So he did all that for me? Okay. Let's get back to work.
Yeah, we should.
Exterior, Seaward. Gangway, day. Daniel, Isabel, and the party staff bid farewell to the disembarking passengers. The comedian follows some guests trying to hand him his card.
Whoa, if you like what you saw, follow me on Insta. Oh, did you see? Huh? They went nuts for my closer. It may be old, but tetherballs always kills. So when's my next contract?
Are you kidding? You were way beyond R-rated for a family-friendly show. You're fired.
Did I just get sacked for joking about my sack? I think I found my new closer.
The comedian skips off the ship's gangway.
Oh, by the way, you'll have to cover Sophie's show this week.
That's very funny.
No, seriously. She self-reported that she had norovirus and ordered herself to quarantine in the cabin.
Are you?
Interior, Seaward, Sophie's cabin. Sophie lays in bed, wearing a Senior Frog shirt, drinking from a bottle of wine, eating shrimp, as Gordon Lightfoot's The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald plays. End of episode 1.